Hi everyone, it's Jamie DeMarco from Find Your Fairy Tale, and I just wanted to pop in quick and introduce you to my husband, Matt.
Hello. Hello.
This is obviously where the idea for Find Your Fairy Tale came from and the inspiration, our love story, what we've gone through, what we've done so far. So I thought all of you would love just to meet Matt, and I'm going to grill him and ask him a few questions so it can help some of you ladies out looking for your own Prince Charming.
Hope it's worth it.
So Matt, tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, well, let's see. I am 42, an Aquarius, quite the comedian, married, so hey. What else? Anything else? Is that good?
A little bit about what you do, where you're from.
Oh, I'm a software engineer working for a startup out
But
of
I like
California.
Aquarius.
I know. Feels like speed dating and gay. I'm a military. My parents were in the military. My dad was in the military, so I grew up kind of all over, up and down the East Coast and things like that. But kind of called Maryland my home for the last 20 plus years. But that's about it.
Yeah. And now we live together in Frederick, Maryland. Beautiful townhouse, love it. And we're happily married.
Yes.
So, just wanted to ask Matt a few questions. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so obviously you know that I work with single women and women in relationships trying to have their dream relationship, meet their dream guy, and have their happily ever after like I did. So what, in my opinion, a top high quality guy like you are, Matt, total package, he has together physically, mentally, financially, career-wise, everything. I'm very, very lucky. So, as a high-quality guy, total package,
Okay.
what advice would you give to single girls out there looking to land a guy like you?
That's a loaded question. Well, first off, keep the crazy on lockdown to the third date. No. No, honestly, I think the best thing, and one of the things that drew me to you instantly, in a crowded bar full of a lot of people, like I was just drawn like a moth to a flame to Jamie because her confidence radiated. I knew she didn't need me. I knew she could complete me and I could complete her.
But we didn't need each other.
But we didn't need each other. I didn't feel like it was just such a natural, wonderful thing, and that's I think the biggest thing I could say is just have confidence in who you are, like you do. Have confidence in what you are, and everything will happen. Everything will fall into places for you.
So what advice would you have for women that feel like maybe they're a little quirky or they have some weird side or they're not super secure about every aspect of their personality? What advice would you give to them?
Well, everyone's quirky. Everyone has a weird side. Jamie. Right, but it's one of those charming, endearing things. And like, if you love Harry Potter, don't bust it out on the first date. Don't like whoop out your wand and be like, oh, let me do what is it? What's a good spell?
Abracadabra.
So,
Expelliarmus.
there it is. Right, so don't do that on the first date. Don't hold that off for at least 6 months or so. No, but everyone's quirky. Everyone
Maybe
has,
like the third, fourth date.
yeah, but everyone has something, and that something makes you interesting and unique. And I'm not saying you hide that or you mask that or anything like that, but you introduce it like, in stages. You don't just, drop that, you love to go to Comic-Con dressed as a furry, date one, put all those together. Google all that stuff because you will find some weird things.
Okay.
But, so yeah, anyways, back to your question. Yeah. But it's everyone's quirky. Everyone has a thing. Everyone has, right? And it's charming, and it's unique, and it's wonderful, and it's endearing. And when you share that with somebody, and that somebody cares about you, it'll be something that they like as well. So I have a wand now too. So.
And I would, to elaborate on that, say, be yourself. Like Matt said, everyone has quirks. Everyone has weird sides. Everyone has things that maybe a lot of other people don't like or would even frown upon.
Don't kill cats right now.
That's another level right there. But it's okay to be yourself and to express it and to bring that hidden side out of you on dates.
Yep, definitely. Yeah.
All right.
A little bit of mystery, a little bit of charm and quirk and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong. It's wonderful.
Okay. So last question for you. As a girl out there right now that's single, that's trying to find her dream man, what type of qualities should she be looking for to land a total package guy?
Qualities in the guy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's really obvious. It might not be obvious, but you can really quickly tell quality guys from non-quality guys, in my opinion. Since me and Jamie have been together, we've become huge fans of The Bachelor and Bachelorette. And if you were watching the current season of The Bachelorette, there's somebody on it that is just completely immature, and he thinks just because he has muscles and money that makes him the total quality. And the one thing he misses is personality and charisma and charm and these other components that make you a complete person. So the biggest thing is I think you have to find somebody, regardless of age, maturity. They have to be mature, and and you can quickly discern, right, somebody that is mature and somebody that's immature and just looking for a hookup or a quick Tinder hookup or Netflix and chill or whatever, versus somebody that wants to take you out to like a nice restaurant, somebody that wants to wine and dine you and take your relationship to the next level. I mean, by the time it was I would say, second real date, I knew I was like, I want to date this girl forever. And by the time of the third date, fourth date, I mean, I'm not really, we're married now, so I'm not really, I'm not, right. By the third, fourth date, I was like, oh man, I love this girl, and I can't see myself not without her. And that was, you'll quickly figure out if a guy you're seeing has that component in him, and it doesn't
long-term potential.
I mean, they're not necessarily gonna reveal it as fast as we did, because we were just like both in a really good place when we met, and like I said, we didn't need each other. It was just one of those things where it was just such a natural fit. It's like gears and a clock don't need each other. They just fit together and they work together good. When you put them together, there's just a natural fit, and they work together for common. It's a good analogy, actually.
Yeah, we were both very happy and secure in all aspects of our lives before we met. So when we did meet and we were open to having a relationship, it happened really fast.
Yep.
And so to kind of summarize what you were saying...
You didn't meander there for a little bit.
That's okay. To summarize what you were saying, so as far as like when these women are going out and trying to find that Prince Charming, that top quality guy that isn't going to screw them over at the end of the day, I would say that you said... someone that's willing to ask you out, take you out, put effort in right from the get-go.
Yep. If they don't put in effort, they're not worth your time, in my opinion. I think, like, I still do this to this day, but I plan dates. I like to have dates. I like to surprise Jamie. I like to buy her flowers. I like to do things that are complete surprises that she has no idea.
Look, you can see the flowers in the background.
So, but I mean, that's the thing. If they're not willing to invest at minimum their time, they don't have to invest a lot of money, but just time and a little bit of effort to plan something. And if they're not texting you back, in a reasonable amount of time. If they don't at least put that amount of effort into a relationship, move on. Forget that guy. He's not worth your time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is, too, is you can meet the love of your life anywhere. Like, I mean, I met Jamie at some random bar in Bethesda that I never go to.
And I never go to.
Yeah, and it was just so utterly just random and just the universe basically smashing us together, which was just very, very nice and interesting. Very, very sweet.
So be open.
Yep.
Be open to possibilities. Know that if a guy is not working for you right off the get-go consistently, not like plans one great date and they don't hear from him for 3 weeks. That's not very consistent. It's probably not a guy that's ready to be that Prince Charming that you ultimately want. And then also I would say too, which you brought up with the Bachelor, the Bachelorette, I should say, from these past weeks' episodes, is that one thing happened that made it really clear that this one guy shouldn't be the one that she picks. He said something along the lines of, she goes, what's going to happen next? What do you see the next 6 months, the next year looking like? What are your plans? What's our life going to look like? And he said something like, oh, well, I'm pretty open. Like, we can just figure out. It's going to be great. And she goes, that does not sound great. Like, that actually really scares me. So you don't really have like a plan. He's like, no, it's going to be great. We can just figure it out. I can meet you where you are. And she's like, well, what happens when 6 months down the road, you get a job somewhere else and you leave and take off? And she is right for questioning that, because one thing that you want to know when you are first dating a man, sometime in the first few months, is what are his short-term goals, what are his long-term goals, and do you see yourself fitting into them? And not even that, does he see you fitting into them? So if he says something like, oh, one day I really want to go, have this yacht and it's going to be amazing. And it's like, oh, well, how are you getting there? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I don't know, I'm just kind of like bouncing around right now, like, red flag. If he says, oh, like, I really want to be a doctor one day and I'm working and I'm going to night school and I see myself having a family, that is a keeper. Someone that doesn't have a short-term plan, that doesn't have a long-term plan, and then doesn't clearly allude to the fact that he sees either you or a wife or a family or whatever you want in it, that's what you're looking for, not the guy that doesn't have a plan and doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I would say those kind of cover some good points. When you're looking for a high quality top guy like Matt, keep those things in mind.
But date one, don't ask like, what are your short-term, long-term plans?
Yeah. Good caveat. Not on date one.
Or hey, can I buy you a drink? What's your short-term plans?
I mean, that'd be kind of funny.
It would be, actually.
My short-term
plan, I would. I'd be like, well, my short-term plan is to buy you a drink. What's your long-term plan? We'll figure that one out.
And then maybe he goes to take you out this Saturday. And I'd be like, oh.
That was pretty good. That was smooth.
What a great date we just had.
That should have came up.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed meeting Matt and getting some of his insight into the male brain.
Can I do this again?
Yes, you can definitely do this again. Let us know if you'd like Matt to do this again. Let us know if you have questions for Matt. I think he loves answering them.
Bro tips. Is that what we'll call them?
Well, let's call them bro tips for girls.
We'll work on it.
I think we got to work on this name a little. But let us know if you liked it. Let us know if you have questions for Matt. Let us know what you'd like to see. And if you want to know more about our love story, I have it all written out on paper or on my website at findyourfairytale.com. And this is Jamie and this is Matt, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.